You work hard for your money, you put in the hours, you climb the ladder, but are you actually getting any wealthier? For way too many people, the answer is a hard no. And it's not because they aren't earning enough, it's because 5 silent money mistakes are quietly wrecking their financial future, the most dangerous one. It's a habit that feels like a reward, but is really a trap that keeps you from ever getting ahead. In this video, we're going to expose all 5 of these wealth-killing habits and give you a clear plan to finally start building real, lasting wealth. Welcome to the channel. If you feel like you're running on a financial treadmill, working harder but just staying in the same place, you've come to the right place. Today, we're breaking down the 5 most common and destructive money mistakes that keep people from ever reaching financial freedom. These aren't just theories, these are the real, everyday habits that silently sabotage your future. By the end of this video, you won't just be able to spot these mistakes in your own life, you'll have simple, actionable steps to fix them, starting today. So if you're ready to get off that treadmill for good, hit that like button and let's jump in. Mistake 1, saving but not investing. The first mistake is one that actually feels responsible. It's the habit of saving your money, but never getting around to investing it. You diligently tuck away a piece of your paycheck into a savings account, thinking it's safe and sound. And look, having an emergency fund in cash is absolutely essential, but keeping all of your long-term savings in the bank is one of the surest ways to lose money over time. Here's why that's so damaging. The problem is a quiet little thief called inflation. Inflation just means that the cost of everything goes up over time, which means the cash in your bank buys you less and less each year. Your money is constantly losing its purchasing power. Think of your savings account like a bucket with a slow, invisible leak. You keep pouring money in, but inflation is always draining its value. Sure, a savings account might pay you a tiny bit of interest, but when inflation is running at 2% or even 3% a year, your money is effectively losing value every single day it just sits there. Over a few decades, this erosion is massive. What costs you $100 today could easily cost $180 in 20 years, but that $100 in your savings account. It'll still be $100, plus maybe a few bucks in interest. The fix is to put your money to work. You need to shift your mindset from just being a saver to becoming an investor. Investing is how you not only shield your money from inflation, but actually grow it through the incredible power of compounding. Compounding is when your investments make money, and then that money starts making its own money. It's a snowball effect that can turn small, regular contributions into serious wealth over the long haul. You don't have to be a Wall Street guru to start. You can begin with low-cost, diversified index funds or ETFs inside a retirement account like a 401(k) or an IRA. The secret is to start now, stay consistent, and let time and the market do the heavy lifting for you. Mistake 2, the emotional spending trap. The second mistake is getting caught in the emotional spending trap. This is when you stop using money as a tool and start using it as a crutch for your feelings. Had a brutal day at work. You totally deserve that online shopping binge. Feeling bored, a quick trip to Target for a few things you don't need seems like the perfect fix, celebrating a small win. Time to splurge on a fancy dinner. This is the dopamine trap, where the quick thrill of a purchase gives you a short-lived high that's almost always followed by a wave of guilt and regret. This cycle is so destructive because it's not driven by logic or need, it's pure impulse. These small, seemingly harmless purchases add up to a massive drain on your bank account. One UK survey found that the average person drops over $3,000 a year on these feel-good, impulse buys. This isn't about buying things you genuinely value, it's about chasing a fleeting feeling. And worse, this spending often ends up on credit cards, digging you into a deep hole of high-interest debt that's incredibly hard to climb out of. You're literally trading long-term financial security for a few seconds of temporary relief. The solution is to build awareness and create a little friction. First, you have to recognize your triggers. Do you spend when you're stressed, sad, or maybe even a little too happy? Once you know what sets you off, you can find healthier outlets, like going for a walk, calling a friend, or diving into a hobby. A really powerful tactical solution is the 24-hour rule. Before you make any non-essential purchase, force yourself to wait 24 hours. This simple delay lets that initial emotional urge fade, so you can make a clear-headed decision about whether you really need or want the item. This isn't about never treating yourself. It's about making sure your spending is intentional and lines up with your real values, not just a reaction to your emotions. And if you're starting to recognize some of these patterns in your own life, that's actually a good sign because most people never even notice them. If this is helping you see things differently, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Mistake 3, thinking only in the short term. Mistake number 3 is prioritizing short-term wants over your long-term financial health. This mindset is all about the now, paying this month's bills, planning this weekend's fun, and buying this year's shiny new phone, retirement and financial freedom. That all feels like some vague problem for a distant, future you to deal with. The trouble is that future you is completely at the mercy of the choices you're making today. The real damage of short-term thinking is the missed opportunity of compound growth. Delaying your investing, even by just a few years, can literally cost you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of dollars down the road. For example, someone who starts investing $200 a month at age 25 could have way more money by age 65 than someone who starts investing double that $400 a month at age 35. Why? Because they gave their money more time to grow. Every year you wait, you are robbing your future self of the most powerful wealth-building tool you have, time. This is exactly how people arrive in their 50s and 60s with a terrifyingly small nest egg, forcing them to either work way longer than they wanted or try to survive on a fraction of their old income. The solution is to make your future a priority right now. You need to pay yourself first. This means the very first thing you do when you get your paycheck, before you pay a single bill or buy a coffee, is move money into your investment and savings accounts. The easiest way to do this, automate it. Set up automatic transfers from your checking to your retirement accounts for the day after you get paid. When the money is gone before you even see it, you won't even miss it. This one habit flips the script entirely. Instead of saving what's left after spending, you spend what's left after saving. It's a simple change, but it's the fundamental difference between a life of financial stress and a future of financial freedom. Mistake 4, not turning your income into assets. The fourth mistake is a matter of perspective, seeing your income only as money to spend, not as a tool to build actual wealth. When you get paid, you see that money as the way to cover your bills, buy groceries, and fund your lifestyle. And it does do all of that, but if that's all it does, your net worth will be stuck at zero forever. You're trapped in a cycle of trading your time for money, which you then trade for things, leaving you with nothing that actually grows in value. This is so destructive because it completely misunderstands the goal of building wealth. Wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you own. Specifically, it's about owning assets, things that put money into your pocket over time. An asset can be a share of stock that pays you dividends, a rental property that generates cash flow, or a bond that pays you interest. A liability, on the other hand, is something that takes money out of your pocket, like a car payment or credit card debt. People who struggle financially spend their lives using their income to buy liabilities. Wealthy people use their income to buy assets. The fix is to start thinking like an investor with every single dollar you earn. Your goal should be to turn as much of your active income from your job into passive income from your assets as you can. Start by defining what an asset is for you and make a conscious plan to go get them. This means setting aside a piece of your income, no matter how small at first, to buy assets. Maybe that's investing in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, putting money into a real estate investment trust, REIT, or building a portfolio of dividend stocks. Every dollar you put into an asset is like hiring a tiny employee that works for you 24/7 to make you more money. This is the only way to break the link between your time and your income, and it's the real path to lasting financial security. And once you start thinking this way, turning income into assets, everything about money starts to change. If you're finding value in this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Now let's move on to the next mistake. Mistake 5, the lifestyle creep trap. And now for the fifth and most sneaky mistake, the one I mentioned at the beginning, lifestyle creep. You might know it as lifestyle inflation. It's the habit of letting your spending expand every time your income does. You get a raise, so you get a bigger apartment. You get a promotion, so you justify a more expensive car. You get a bonus, so you start eating at fancier restaurants and buying designer clothes. This mistake is so dangerous because it feels totally reasonable. You worked hard for that raise. You deserve to enjoy it, right? But the problem is your expenses rise in perfect sync with your income, which means you're in the exact same financial spot as before, just with a more expensive lifestyle to support. I've seen people earning $200,000 a year who are still living paycheck to paycheck because they fell right into this trap. They have the nice car and the big house, but they have zero more freedom than when they earned a quarter of that. They've built themselves a beautiful cage, one where they are completely dependent on their high income just to keep up. Any disruption, a job loss, a recession, could make their entire financial world come crashing down. The solution is to make a rule for all new money before it even hits your account. Decide ahead of time how you're going to split up any raises, bonuses, or side hustle income. A great framework is the 50-30-20 rule for this new money. Commit to using 50% of every new dollar to aggressively hit your financial goals, invest it, or throw it at high-interest debt. Use 30% to save for medium-term goals, like a down payment or a new car. And then, and only then, use the last 20% to upgrade your lifestyle. This approach gives you the best of both worlds. You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but you make sure the vast majority of your new earnings are busy building your wealth and buying your freedom, not just financing a more expensive cage. So there you have it, the 5 silent mistakes that can destroy your financial future. Saving but not investing, letting emotions drive your spending, only thinking about the short term, failing to turn income into assets, and the all-too-common trap of lifestyle creep. These aren't character flaws, they're just habits, and the best news is that habits can be broken and replaced with better ones. You have the power to take control, make different choices, and start building the future you actually want. If this video opened your eyes to a mistake you might be making, drop a comment below and let us know which one it was. And if you found this valuable, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.